In this video, I want to talk about the potential for some Rogue One sets in 2026, as this year will mark the 10-year anniversary of this beloved standalone movie. Now, as we know, 2025 is the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and we are already seeing some anniversary sets for this movie releasing in the earlier parts of this year. And we have several rumors of this sets releasing in the summer as well. However, we also have another small line of anniversary sets, namely based around the 10-year anniversary of The Force Awakens. These are the Kylo Ren's helmet set, as well as Kylo Ren's shuttle for the Starship Collection, and I think they are both quite fitting for an anniversary of this movie. This opens up the potential for more anniversary waves like this for the coming years, and next on the list of course is Rogue One, released in 2016. The Force Awakens and the sequels as a whole had a massive impact on LEGO Star Wars, with sets releasing for every movie for several years. The last sequel related sets releasing in 2020, other than this year of course. Rogue One, however, had a smaller impact, only releasing a larger wave in 2016 and a smaller wave at the start of 2017. However, many of these sets are considered some of the best sets of the year, and they are becoming increasingly sought after with the popularity of Andor and Season 2 releasing in a few days. In my opinion, Rogue One is the best movie Disney has released to this day, better than the entire sequel trilogy and Solo. Many people agree on this as well, and agree that the Rogue One storyline and overall vibe feels like proper Star Wars, and overall did incredibly well, netting over $1 billion. That said, this is a piece of Star Wars media people love, and not just the generic Star Wars fan, but the LEGO community as well. That said, what would a small anniversary line of sets look like for Rogue One? And how possible is it actually? Of course, this would most likely be 1 or 2 sets, similar to something like The Force Awakens, and we can't expect to see the same attention to this movie's sets in 2026 as we see with the Revenge of the Sith in 2025 necessarily, as it is a smaller anniversary and not a movie a part of a key trilogy. But nonetheless, I think there is a very high chance that we actually see something from this movie next year. For The Force Awakens, we saw a helmet set, and I think this could also be possible for Rogue One. The most likely option would either be a Death Trooper helmet or a Shore Trooper helmet, of course. Both of these were first introduced in Rogue One and are used in several different parts of Star Wars as well, and likely will be popularized once again in Andor Season 2. If this is the case, these would be great sets to make not just for the anniversary of Rogue One, but also as Andor related sets. So I think this is an idea that is rather likely, and I would love to see it happen. As we are also seeing a Starship Collection set for The Force Awakens, I am going to cover some of my ideas for this kind of set based around Rogue One. An obvious one would be the U-Wing, as this is easily the standout vehicle seen in Rogue One, and once again popularized in Andor. We are seeing a new U-Wing in May this year, and this is a set that I look forward to and am really excited to get as soon as possible. However, I cannot see that LEGO would want 2 of these on shelf at the same time, so some other options could be something like the Zeta class shuttle. This is an Imperial ship that we have never seen before in LEGO, and I think the Starship Collection would be the perfect place to put it. Similarly, the Hammerhead Corvette is another larger scale ship that we have never seen in LEGO, and personally, the one ship I really want to see in the form of the Starship Collection. This is a rebel cruiser seen once again in many different parts of Star Wars, but quite relevant and notable in Rogue One. Both a helmet set and a Starship Collection set for this movie would make a lot of sense, and I think many people would be really excited about it. However, the majority of LEGO fans would also like to see some playset style of sets, or at least one of these, based around Rogue One, including some minifigures, and I want to discuss some of my ideas around what this set could be, if LEGO were to make it. I think a new playscale version of the Y-Wing would be really cool, and in general is a popular Rebel starfighter in dire need of a remake. The 2017 version of the set is the best of its kind, and we can't expect the same quality from that set unfortunately, as LEGO would most likely opt for a downscaled size, similar to the X-Wing. The main thing alluding to Rogue One would be the minifigures in this set of course, and I think including once again Rogue One original characters would be the best bet, such as Admiral Raddus, Moloff, Pow, or maybe even one of the Rogue One main team, mainly Jyn Erso. Something like Krennic's shuttle is another one that would sell really well and is quite high in demand right now, as the 2016 version of the set is worth over $230 today. Unfortunately, this would also be a downsized ship, but would regardless be really cool to see in LEGO once again. The minifigures would be quite similar to the previous version of this set maybe, mainly including some Death Troopers and Director Krennic, but perhaps we could see Galen Erso and young Jyn Erso, as seen at the start of the movie. I think that would be a neat way to depict this set for the anniversary, and if you have the 25th anniversary Saw Gerrera, it would fit really nicely with this set as well. A playscale Zeta class shuttle would always be an option as well, and this is a very neat option too, as it will be an original set and not a remake of one of the 2016 or 2017 Rogue One sets. However, I think this is definitely more unlikely, and if LEGO were to make it, it would be incredibly downsized compared to what most people would want to see. But after all, that would be expected, and if it looks good enough, it wouldn't be an issue at all. This would be really fun to get a handful of Rogue One members, some Rebel Troopers and Shore Troopers, all in one set. Of course, this is all a lot of wishful thinking, but I can imagine this is something so many fans would want, so maybe LEGO goes out of their way for once and gives the fans some high quality anniversary sets for this movie. Let me know what you think about these ideas, and then I will see you in the next one. God bless you, and cheers.